Here's what's making news at midday. A scary sight for a Wisconsin family as a car crashes into their home while they were inside. Rescue workers are rushing to save the 12 boys and their soccer coach in Thailand. We'll have the latest on how they plan to get them out of the cave. And the Red Cross says it needs you to add blood donation to your summer to-do list. We'll tell you how you can donate today.
This is News 3 at noon.
Hello, everybody. Hope you had a nice 4th of July holiday. Mark is off today. A little later this half hour, Marissa DeGroot will be here with our Pet of the Week. But first, let's get a check on the weather. Chris Reese is over in the Weather Center. Hi, Chris. That cloud cover making it a little more bearable today.
That cloud cover is. It's still pretty warm out there, but just imagine if the sun was beating down on you. It would feel a whole lot warmer. We're tracking the cloud cover outside right now. Here's a live look at the Edgewater. It's just one of those gray kind of a days, but it's a cold front coming through. So we can thank this gray for just how good things are going to feel, especially by the time we get you to this time tomorrow. 79 degrees right now. Dew points are in the 70s, so it feels muggy as you step outside. We've been tracking some showers kind of here and there. It hasn't been impressive. Most of the shower activity has fallen apart, but there is a cold front right in here working its way to the south and east, and that is going to bring some beautiful conditions to our region, especially for the weekend. Elsewhere, temperatures are in the 80s, 87 in Kenosha right now, 82 in Black River Falls. It's the upper 70s to low 80s for the most part. Dew points are in the 70s as well, so like I said, you're going to step outside, and before that cold front gets in here, you're going to feel that soupiness out there. In terms of the heat indices, it'll likely feel like 90 if we can get some sunshine in here early this afternoon, and then they drop way off as we await that cold front. I'm going to be breaking down what you can expect for this weekend here in a few minutes, and I think a lot of folks are going to be really excited.
Oh, that's good to hear. All right, we'll check back a little while. Thank you, Chris.
Sounds good.
Topping our news this noon, deputies say there are serious injuries after a head-on crash involving a dump truck in Rock County. The Rock County Sheriff's Department says it happened near the intersection of Highway 140 and Highway 14, just east of Janesville. Deputies say there are injuries that are serious, but did not confirm how many. They say drivers should avoid the area. We'll have the latest on this developing story on channel3000.com and on our later newscasts. A Viroqua man is injured after swerving on his motorcycle to avoid being in a crash with a vehicle that crossed the center line. 58-year-old Ronald Rood was driving a motorcycle west on Highway 14 when a dark-colored car crossed the center line, forcing him to swerve to avoid a crash. Rood then lost control and was thrown from his motorcycle. Police say the other vehicle continued east on 14 and did not stop. The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the crash remains under investigation. Madison Police Chief Mike Koval says last month is projected to be the worst month ever in the city of Madison for heroin deaths. In his blog, Chief Koval says there were 35 known overdoses in June. At the same time last year, in June of 2017, there were just 9. Koval says there were 11 suspected deaths from heroin overdoses in June of this year, compared to 2 at the same time last year. A car launched over a stone wall and got stuck in a house 10 feet off the ground at a home in Newburgh, Wisconsin. Ozaukee County records show Alva Richards from Wabeeka was arrested for the crash and released on bail. The family that lives in the home was showered with glass and debris during the crash.
First, I just didn't, you don't put anything together that happens that fast. And then when I went back in, I looked and I could see, the bottom of the car sitting there in the building.
The family says Richards came to them the next day with his wife and 3 children, apologizing. Richards is charged with second-degree recklessly endangering safety and possession of marijuana. Rescuers at a flooded cave in Thailand are still working to save 12 boys and their soccer coach. Crews are racing to pump out the excess water from the flooded cave and drilling through rocks to make room for hoses, which have already helped remove more than 31 million gallons of water. Doctors are feeding and treating the boys.
The children who are aware of the caves, they know the caves, they've been in the cave very often, so we just have to assess everything at the moment. We have to see what the conditions bring.
Several sections of the cave remain flooded, including an area that requires full diving equipment. Rescue workers hope they can drain enough water to eliminate long stretches where the boys would have to keep their heads underwater. British police say 2 more people have been poisoned by the same nerve agent used to attack a former Russian double agent and his daughter. Paramedics in hazmat suits stretchered away the last victim of a military-grade nerve agent on Saturday. British media have identified the pair as Charlie Rowley and Dawn Sturgis. They were exposed to the same type of nerve agent used in the attack on Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia.
His eyes were all red, pinpricked, and he started sweating loads and dribbling.
Can confirm that the man and woman have been exposed to the nerve agent Novichok.
Novichok can remain deadly for long periods of time, but health officials say the risk to the general public remains low. A woman who climbed up the base of the Statue of Liberty yesterday to protest President Trump's immigration policies is expected to be charged in federal court today. Members of the group Rise and Resist gathered outside of the federal courthouse in New York City to support 44-year-old Therese Okamau, who scaled the statue to protest the separation of immigrant families who cross the border illegally. Okamau is an immigrant from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It took nearly 4 hours for the NYPD to peacefully take her into custody.
It's a vertical climb, and there's not many footholds or anything, so she had either some good skills or some dumb luck.
The incident forced officials to evacuate thousands of tourists from Liberty Island on the 4th of July, but Lady Liberty is back open today. The National Park Service says it will look into whether any additional security measures are necessary at the statue. The 18th annual Beach Days Blood Drive is being held today at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. To help encourage new donors or get people who have done it before to do it again, the Red Cross is offering a free t-shirt, a $10 Visa card, and a picnic if you show up today to donate blood. The drive runs until 6 o'clock tonight. There's more to come at noon. When we come back, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Sometimes we just need something to give us a jump start, and today we have the perfect thing. I hope you had a good 4th. I know I did. On days like this, after having a day off during the week, you may need something to give you a bit of a jump start. My recommendation is a smoothie bowl. It's easy to make, super colorful, and packed with goodness. The one I'm making today starts off like a traditional smoothie, since we add a bunch of fruit to our blender. Here I'm using frozen mango, raspberries, and strawberries. Starting with frozen fruit makes it so much better since it makes it extra thick. To that, add in a sliced banana, some ice, almond or regular milk, and a bit of honey. We give it a whirl until everything is smooth. You may need to scrape down the sides to make sure everything gets mixed evenly. Then we pour this into a cereal bowl, and here comes the fun part. We top it with lots of fruit, nuts, and granola. You can even drizzle on some Greek yogurt. What a nice contrast to yesterday's 4th of July eat until you're stuffed buffet. And not only is this refreshing, but it's also packed with antioxidants, it's low in fat, and it's filled with fiber. To get the recipe for our feel-good smoothie bowl, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a very smooth way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Still to come today at noon, another warm and humid day across southern Wisconsin. Chris Reese will have your first alert forecast when News 3 at noon continues. Investors will be watching the potential trade war closely as Chinese imports are scheduled to take effect. Hannah Doba has more in today's Money Watch report.
Private employers added 177,000 workers in June, according to payroll processor ADP. Education and health led the hiring, adding 46,000 workers. Leisure and hospitality added 33,000 jobs. U.S. tariffs on $34 billion of Chinese imports are scheduled to take effect Friday. Beijing says it will retaliate, imposing tariffs on an equivalent value of U.S. goods, including soybeans, seafood, and crude oil. Boeing and Brazilian plane maker Embraer are making plans to join forces. Embraer makes regional jets widely used in the U.S. The two plane makers have been discussing the transaction for months. That's according to a Brazilian newspaper. Boeing would control the new company. Embraer would keep its defense division and possibly its business jet unit. And Amazon is reportedly getting into the toy catalog business. The online retail giant plans to send out millions of holiday toy catalogs, according to Bloomberg. Amazon hopes to fill the void left by the closing of Toys R Us. Amazon plans to mail the catalogs to people's homes and hand them out at Whole Foods stores. That's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Hannah Doba.
Let's check stocks at midday. The Dow is up 162 points. The Nasdaq is up 64. Farm Director Pam Jahnke is off this week, but here are the commodities markets for Thursday. Chris is here now with a look at the weather. How hot did things get in the Madison area yesterday?
Whew. Yesterday was another one of those scorching days. Lots of places made it into the 90s. Some folks made it into the mid-90s. There was a high of about 95 yesterday in La Crosse and Wautoma. For us here in Madison, we made it over to 92. Eventually, we did have some showers and thunderstorms that came through, and if you didn't get the rain, you really just kind of saw a pretty scene. And so here is a viewer picture sent to us by Pamela Lee. And I love this picture here. You're looking at a cumulonimbus storm cloud off in the distance here. I'm going to go ahead and share something cool. Oddly enough, this cloud, especially what you're seeing way up top, that is mostly made out of ice crystals. And these ice crystals become snowflakes and then melt down to rain as they come down. So believe it or not, as hot as it was yesterday, you're looking at ice and snow in that cloud before it became rain as it reached the ground. Now here in Madison, we're dealing with more of a plain gray sky. Those are known as stratus clouds. That's the case for all of us right now. The temperature 79 degrees, dew points in the 70s. It is muggy. We've had some showers and thunderstorms come through the picture, but most of those have fallen apart, not just here, but all the way back to the north and west. The cold front is working its way on through, so across visible cloud track, you kind of see this one line of clouds that's just moving to the south and east. That is our cold front. Back behind that, we are looking at clear skies. So future track overdone. I wouldn't worry too much about the rain chances, but they are there, especially as we go into the afternoon. So we can't rule them out completely, but sunshine will come back behind that as temperatures begin to fall into the upper 70s initially, and then upper 50s as we get you into tomorrow morning. Until then, it will be humid, folks. Dew points staying in the 70s for now, but relief on the way. Dew points to our north and west are already in the upper 50s, some low 50s, even showing up for some. So that is the good news. High pressure does take over as we go through the weekend. Here we are by Friday. That high pressure is pretty much going to set up shop across the Great Lakes. That means temperatures are going to be mild. It'll be less humid, and there will be a whole lot of sunshine to go. It's warm now. The colder temperatures come in as we drop into the upper 50s by tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, it will be a struggle to get out of the 70s, folks, not just tomorrow, but even into your Saturday. It will be a struggle. struggle to get out of the 70s. So your mowcast, if you're going to be out doing some mowing, it looks good. Lots of sunshine, pleasant temperatures. The humidity will be on the low side as well, so that is the good news. This afternoon, we'll see those highs right around 85 degrees, and then we'll drop things off. Low 80s for your Friday and Saturday, low 80s for Sunday as well. But notice how those upper 80s return back to the picture and in a hurry. So they wanted to take their little weekend getaway, and then they're going to make their way back home to Wisconsin, apparently, as we get you towards the middle and end of next week. Upper 80s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 90 back in that picture. It'll be humid as well, with some chances of showers and thunderstorms. So this weekend, those are the pick 2 days of the forecast.
You just read my mind. The weekend looks great.
Best weekend we have had in a long time with the sunshine and low humidity.
Good stuff. All right, thanks a lot, Chris.
My pleasure.
There's more to come today at noon. When we come back, Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here. We'll meet Jackson the ferret. Oh, is he adorable or what? He is looking for a good home. Could it be yours? We'll find out when we come back. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pet of the week. Boy, are we having fun with this one. Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
Who is this?
So this handsome little guy is Jackson, and he is a young adult ferret. So somewhere probably around maybe 1, maybe 2 years old.
Oh, he is so cute. Now, if you're thinking about adopting a ferret, what kinds of things do you need to know? Like, what do they eat, for example?
Yep, so they're kind of a unique critter. They are actually a carnivore. So they need a high-protein diet, so you can get a little ferret chow in there. But they're kind of a unique little critter. They'll need a multi-tiered cage and a lot of outside of the cage kind of playtime.
Can you let a ferret run around in your house?
Yeah, so they're going to want to for several hours during the day. So you have to ferret-proof your house because they can get themselves into a little bit of trouble because they're very curious.
So you were saying anything they can fit their little head through, they can fit their whole
the
body
rest of the
through.
body will squeeze through as well. But at the shelter, we have actually a bunch of ferrets right now. We were kind of letting them run around the office after we ferret-proofed it, and they were just having a blast playing so hard. And what I love about ferrets is they'll play hard and then they will nap very hard too.
Oh, just like toddlers.
Yes.
Oh, how old is this ferret?
So he's about maybe 1 or 2, and their lifespan can be anywhere between 6 to 10 years. So you're looking at a friend for a nice long time.
Oh, he's so cute. And do they do well with other animals too?
They can. You want to do a nice slow introduction with them. And I think at his age and his really laid-back personality, he could get along well with a bunch of different families.
Can I hold him? Mm-hmm. And how do you hold him? You just support their
that body.
Oh, you look just like my suit. He's little kisses. He's so sweet. How about our pet from last week?
Oh, our pets from last week, Peanut Butter and Buster,
Yes.
they are still available, along with a bunch of other great dogs at the shelter.
Oh, they were great dogs. They're a bonded pair that need to go together. They were really, really great. Oh, I hope they find a forever home. And Jackson as well. And you said there's 3 ferrets at the shelter.
Yep, we have a bonded pair as well as Jackson. So if you are interested in ferrets, come meet them.
Okay, great. Now you have a special event coming up at the shelter as well.
Yep, so all month, Bissell Pet Foundation is running a sweepstakes. All you have to do to help support the shelter is go to giveshelter.org, click on the link we have there, and vote for Dane County Humane Society, and we could be up for a $30,000 grand prize.
Oh, that's
that can help a lot of animals, and a lot of animals here like Jackson.
Oh, absolutely. So everybody, give them your support, and let's send in our votes. Marissa, thank you so much.
You.
Good luck, Jackson. Oh, he's so cute. That was fun. If you are interested in adopting any of the animals at the Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org, or you can set up an appointment at 838-0413. Chris has a final check of the forecast. Chris?
That's right. One more day that we talk about the heat index for at least a couple of days. It could feel like 90 this afternoon as we get some additional sunshine coming into the picture, but then those temperatures drop off. For this afternoon, we'll see a high of 85 with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm. This is the weekend.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.